Tonight on MCLtv, we will increase access to water for Nigerians. Buhari tells United Nations General Assembly. Businesses at Emelu will improve after refuse dump closure. The state government to establish mobile courts. November 5. Hello there, good evening. Welcome to tonight's edition of MCL News at 7. My name is MCLtv. President Muhammadu Buhari has promised that his government will increase access to water for Nigerians. The president stated this at the side meeting with former Australian Prime Minister Kevin Rudd at the ongoing 74th United Nations General Assembly in New York. President Buhari says Nigeria had demonstrated political will on water and sanitation and will soon step up advocacy on the issue. Rudd is a global chairman of Water and Sanitation for All. The president says that Nigeria's stage of development, clean water and sanitation are necessary and important for a big country with a vast population. President Buhari recalled that a state of emergency was declared on water and sanitation in November 2018. Nigeria will again launch another state of emergency in 2019 to scale up efforts on water, sanitation and discouragement of open defecation. Rudd says that his organization supports countries with challenges of clean water and sanitation. State House of Assembly has confirmed the 24 commissioner nominees appointed by the state governor, Ukeze Ikpeazu. Ikpeazu had earlier forwarded to the State Assembly the commissioner nominees list for screening and confirmation. During plenary on Wednesday, the Majority Leader Solomon Apollono moved the motion for the confirmation of the screened commissioner nominees, while the Minority Leader Abraham Obha seconded the motion. The House confirmed the motion when Speaker Chinedum Orji put it to vote. The Speaker congratulated the confirmed commissioners and thanked his colleague for their contributions in making the exercise a success. Meanwhile, the Abia State House of Assembly has adjourned to reconvene on Monday, 30th of September 2019. And the Nigerian Army is set to commence simultaneous routine training exercises and operations in many states in the country. Acting Director, Army Public Relations, Colonel Sergio Musa, says the exercises are IM Akpatuna 2 to hold in Benue, Nasarawa, Kogi, Taraba, Kaduna, and Niger states. Exercise Python Dance 4 will be carried out in Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo states in 82 Division. Exercise Crocodile Smile 4 will take place in Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, Lagos, Ogun, and River states. He said Operation Positive Identification will also be extended across the nation to check bandits, kidnappers, and armed robbers. Colonel Musa stated that the operation is also to check the activities of ethnic militia, cattle rustlers, and other sundry crimes across the various regions of the country. He confirmed that the Nigerian Army Women Corps will stage a robust show of force and confidence-building patrols in some select locations across the country. The Abia State government closed down the refuse dump at Emelu Road in the Obohun area a few months ago. MCL News paid a visit to the now closed dump site to ascertain the state of affairs in the area. Chinese Ozems completes the report.
Mrs. Juliet Carl is a dealer in building materials. Her shop is adjacent to the refuse dump along Emeloku Road in the Obohe area. Before now, it was difficult for the woman to stay regularly in her shop because of the overpowering stench emanating from the refuse dump. Mrs. Carlo was not the only one facing this predicament. Most residents of Emeloku and others whose businesses are located within the area also face this challenge.
Ndị nọ gburugburu ekwutetụlụ ume ndụ nke weziokwu mba a na-awụ ihe kachasị mgbe udu mmiri a o nyere anyị ezigbo nsogbu. Ama m n'ọkwa ka emechi olulu a mere eji na-awụ ihe ahụ maka nte bikwa gburugburu a n'ihi na ọtụtụ ụlọ nọ n'azụ ebe a gara ada ma n'ihi mkpochi ekpochiri ya o meela ọtụtụ ndị kwapụrụ akwapụ tiwekwa ha makwara nọrọ.
That has changed with the closure of the landfill, known in local parlance as Borough Pit, by the Accra State government a few months ago. The people heaved a sigh of relief and breathed fresh air. Before now, the thousands of tons of solid waste generated daily by residents of the commercial city and environs were dumped here. The order from the decomposing rubbish compelled some to seek accommodation elsewhere. Some shop owners within the vicinity of the refuse dump also left. The state government had to close the refuse dump when it was filled to capacity. The human scavengers had left to other places, following the closure of the dump. They are yet to evacuate their materials. Some of the residents commended the state government for taking the decision.
Because Bembo on a ha on a no. The odd is eba and a gay the matin no eba. You may for the window kumakeba, is eba, papuchaiba. You muta hamicheba demma. The Quasheda, Burubur Sheda Siga Ronisi, Hapa Paschala. O one day be a is your joy and a perceive eba. All those stores no say and demand rent is here before my go. Teba should be happy. Shall be to tell him small time Hagala that's back. Obia Daniel to whatever very well and damage I like a motash very well. So tell him I'm did doom purpose never Hagala that's back because all you have in business and move when one of them about it. All you have in
the traditional rule of an autonomous community is a young Wangwa was not available to speak to MCL News. The refuse dump is located in his domain. Chinese Ozems, MCL News.
The Ebonyi State government is to establish mobile courts to try residents of the capital city that contravene the laws of the state. The Attorney General of the State and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Cletus Ofoke, made this known in a meeting with members of the Abakaliki Capital Development Board in Abakaliki. Ebonyi State correspondent Ejike Kelly completes the report.
To enhance the work of the board legally, the ministry is to help the board get a mobile court to try those going against the laws and regulations guarding development within Abakaliki capital city. The Ebonyi State Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Mr. Cletus Ofoke, described the idea of a mobile court as a welcome development and assured of the cooperation of the ministry to enable the board deliver on its mandate.
It's a welcome development. All that is required of you is to make official limit to
zones for effective monitoring by its new task forces. Dr. Owe said Abakaliki City is congested while there are plans to open up new layouts to decongest the town.
We are requesting for a mobile court to be able to drive the agenda for capital. understand the stakeholders, end users, the government is aware that there's a mobile court in place to regulate certain activities. People will proceed.
A member of the board, Mr. Ray Aganwa, assured that the board would work hard to realize government objectives and enhance development of the capital city.
But we are going to make the state proud as a board. We are going to make the state proud as individuals. And what that means is that even on Sundays, we are still working and we continue to work. The idea is to ensure that all these beautiful edifices is putting around here, nobody messes it up.
The ministry and the board agreed to work hand in hand for the development of Abakaliki capital city. I am Ejike Ikele for MCLtv News, Abakaliki.
The leadership of the Nigerian Labour Congress is currently meeting with the two ministers in charge of the Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige and Festus Keyamo, in Abuja. Top on the issue to be discussed is the breakdown in talks between the negotiating council and government. Representatives of Labour at the last meeting says the meeting was deadlocked and accused government of nursing what it called a hidden agenda. Labour Minister Chris Ngige some days ago confirmed that government has started paying the new minimum wage of 30,000 naira to public service employees from last month. The bone of contention between Labour and government is the relativity and consequential adjustment of salaries of government workers from level 7 to 17. An Igbo leader and statesman, Nzemakola Nwankwo, has emphasized the need for education to equip the child to make him fit in a competitive world. He stressed the need to inculcate hard work in the child and advised parents to supervise their children's education.
Education. Because if you are properly educated, then you won't take some of these jobs who move around, probably making a lot of noise, but it's not knowledge, like what you are doing here. Like, I remember.
Colin Nwankwo made the call on MCLtv current affairs program Front Runners. The details of the program will be broadcast tonight at 8:30 p.m. And still ahead on the news, residents of Roma have called for help over ravaging gullies. NBC sanctions 45 stations, cautions Big Brother Nigeria against unwholesome content. FAN confirms rehabilitation work on Enugu Airport runway. Details of these reports and others will be brought to you after this break. Please stay with us.
When women pray, there are testimonies. When women pray, mountains crumble. Portis House Women's Fellowship International presents About Women Prayer Summit, an interdenominational women prayer conference. There will be worship, praise, warfare prayer, and many more. Ministry Mommy Christy Eric Uche, host. Date Tuesday, October 1st, 2019. Time 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. Venue Benez Hotel, Herbert Macaulay Hall, Umungasi, Aba, Abia State. Come for a turnaround in that situation. About Women Prayer Summit, Jesus remains Lord forever.
Finding it difficult to cook for your family? Is cooking top giving you sleepless nights? Don't worry, Bobby Cooking Gas Plant to the rescue. Bobby Cooking Gas Plant, 74 Aborona Road, opposite FIRS office, Aba, is now open for business. Yes, compared to other sources, cooking gas is easier, handy, convenient, and more affordable when you buy from us. Bobby Investment is a name and source you can trust and depend on when it comes to petroleum products. At Bobby Cooking Gas Plant, your satisfaction and peace of mind is our major concern. So enjoy doing business with us. We use new digital iron scale, digital dispenser, and will refill your gas cylinder at moderate price. Remember, at Bobby Cooking Gas Plant, what you pay is what you get. Inquiries call 0803-751-5558 or 0806-408-3835. Bobby Cooking Gas Plant, 74 Abowere Road, now open for business.
Bobby Cooking Gas is the best!
Do not deface Abia State with posters. Do not defecate on our streets. Do not litter Abia State.
My brothers, I say wetin man go do for this world where people no go talk. If you chop,
Do not urinate in public places.
you no chop, dem go talk. Wetin make you do for this world? I say make we go do the things wey we carry for heart. Na so one want am. Abi no be so?
Keep Abia State clean. This message is brought to you by MCLtv.
Thank you for staying with us. If you have just joined us, you are watching MCL News at 7. At this point, we shall go over to our Omaha studio where Precious Izigbo is standing by. Good evening, Precious.
To you, Rebecca. You know what I had this evening? I am Precious Izigbo. President Muhammadu Buhari has applauded the contributions of Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation as well as Aliko Dangote Foundation to humanitarian and developmental activities in Nigeria. Meeting with the Jew at the sidelines of the 74th United Nations General Assembly in New York, the president said they have touched humanity in many positive ways and congratulated them. The president noted that Bill and Melinda Gates, as well as Aliko Dangote Foundations, keep track of Nigeria's attainments on sustainable development goals as initiated by the United States. 1 month after the federal government closed Akani Ibiam International Airport's Enugu rehabilitation work on its runway is yet to start. The government announced the closure of the airport on 24th of August in a move it said was to pave way for the reconstruction of its runway. But the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, FAN, says work will commence at the airport as soon as the processes of the contract are concluded. The General Manager Corporate Affairs of FAN, Henrietta Yakubu, revealed this while speaking to newsmen in Lagos on Thursday. The airport is the only international airport in the southeast region of the country. Since its closure, international flights run by Ethiopian Airlines have been diverted to Port Harcourt International Airport. In the same vein, domestic flights were diverted to Sam Bakwe Airport, Owerri, Port Harcourt Airport, and the Asaba Airport. The Federal High Court Abuja has threatened to judge Director General of the Department of State Services Yusuf Bichi over his refusal to release Omoyele Sowore. Sowore is the publisher of Sahara Reporters and convener of the Revolution Now, a movement for which he was arrested. The court issued the threat via a notice of disobedience to to order of court on Thursday and addressed to the DSS DG. He directed the boss of the secret police to comply with its directive or face grave consequences, which includes commitment to prison. Surure has remained in detention more than 24 hours after meeting his bail condition as said by Justice Taiwo of the Federal High Court, Abuja, on Tuesday in a ruling. He was arrested in Lagos on 3rd August 2019 and had been seen with a 7-count charge bordering on treasonable felony and assaulting President Muhammadu Buhari. The National Broadcasting Commission, NBC, has sanctioned about 45 broadcasting stations. It also cautioned producers of the reality television program Big Brother Naija (BBN) against broadcasting unwholesome content in the country. The broadcast stations were sanctioned for allegedly breaching NBC's code. The Director General of NBC, Malam Ishaq Kawu, disclosed this while addressing a news conference on Wednesday in Abuja. He said the contraventions included breaches of the rules of hate speech, abusive offense, and vulgar lyrics, including inflammatory broadcasts. They therefore warned the affected stations against continuous breaching of NBC code, hence will be severely sanctioned. Managing gullies in different areas of Umuahia have become a source of concern for some residents of the state capital. Some of the affected areas include Aba Road, Afaruku, Afara, World Bank Housing Estate, among other areas. Residents of these areas have called on the state government for help over the ugly situation. The report. Expert opinions suggest that gully erosion is perhaps the most serious mechanism of land degradation in any given environment. This assertion may not be far from the reality given the devastating effects of this natural and oftentimes man-made occurrence on any environment it chooses. It may not be out of place to suggest that Abia State is one of the states in the southeast region with greater number of active erosion sites. Aside other notable erosion sites in the state, Umuahia, the state capital, appears to be having a very worrisome share of this menace. Some of the affected areas include Afaruku, World Bank Housing Estate, Aba Road, and some other parts of the city. Our visit to some of the sites leaves stories of agony and cries for help.
I'm living extreme of this road, and the erosion, in fact, it wasn't like this before now. It started gradually, and now it has gone far. With this heavy downpour, it's now eating deep the ground, becoming a gully type of erosion. In fact, vehicle will no longer drive this route again because of this erosion.
It's causing a flood now, no, if time is not taken. So that is why you see how they do it now, using cement and carry sand and put inside this place, so that to wage the erosion in order to cause a flood.
Please, this thing has been causing a lot of damages. Last time here, as you can see, there is a pole that fell down here, and it caused damage because the road is not good.
To these respondents, the state government should come up with a lasting solution to the menace.
And we are hoping that the government will come back and mobilize the contractors back to site, since they say because of the heavy rain. Now the rain is subsided, we are hoping they will come back to continue the construction of the road.
We are asking the government of Abia State they should come and help us, and please do something good for us.
I'm appealing to the government. May they call the contractor, may they come back for Afaruku and do the road where they live.
It is anticipated that these calls would draw the immediate attention and save these residents from the lurking dangers. And that's the much we can take from the one at this point. I'll take you back to the back studio for the rest of the news updates.
Thank you so much, Precious, for those reports. And from the foreign scene, a former president of France, Jacques Chirac, has died at the age of 86. France's National Assembly stood for a minute of silence after learning of the news, with one deputy gasping loudly when it was announced by Assembly President Richard Ferrand. The conservative Chirac was best known abroad for his staunch opposition to the US-led invasion of Iraq in 2003. At home, perhaps his greatest legacy was his acknowledgement for the first time of the French state's role in the wartime roundup and arrest of Jewish people to Nazi death camps. Chirac was president of France from 1995 to 2007. Under his presidency, France entered into the single European currency and abolished compulsory military service. Chirac also cut the presidential term of office from 7 to 5 years. He disappeared from public life in recent years, with his family reportedly saying that he suffered from severe ill health. And in sports, the Abuja Division of the Federal High Court has ordered the President of the Nigeria Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, and 4 other persons to appear before it over the alleged misappropriation of $8,400 belonging to the football body by the federal government. Justice Ijoma Ojukwu, who gave the order on Thursday, specifically ordered that Pinnick and other defendants named in the 17-count charge appear before the court on November 5. The order followed the absence of the defendants in court in violation of an order compelling them to appear before it on Tuesday. Others indicted along with the NFF president are the NFF secretary Sanusi Mohammed, the first vice president Sheyi Akinwumi, the second vice president Shehu Diko, and an executive member Yusuf Fresh. Justice Ijoma Ojukwu had earlier signed a warrant of arrest against 4 officials of the NFF in the case brought by the Special Presidential Investigation Panel disbanded by the President. Ojukwu issued the bench warrant on the 4 top officials of the NFF for their failure to appear in court to answer the charges. Although the defendants were cited at the court premises, they did not enter the courtroom. And Nigeria's head coach, Gennett Rowe, could be without Rangers midfielder Joe Aribo owing to injury when the Super Eagles take on Brazil national team in an international friendly game on October 13 at the Singapore National Stadium. Aribo sustained a head injury during Rangers' 1-0 victory over Livingston in the Scottish League Cup on Wednesday night at the Tony Macaroni Arena. The 23-year-old was caught by an elbow from Livingston's defender Ricky Lamé, which left him with blood pouring from his head. He was later substituted. Providing the latest update on Aribo's injury, Rangers manager Steven Gerrard told Rangers TV, "I think he's okay. He's got a nasty gash on his head, which was stitched up. He was on the end of a bad run there." And that is the size of our news package for tonight. But before we go, a recap of our major stories. President Muhammadu Buhari has promised that his government will increase access to water for Nigerians. Businesses on Emelugu Road at Obo Hill has improved few months after the Abia State government closed down the refuse dump site in the area. The Abia State government is to establish a mobile court to try residents of the capital city who contravene the laws of the state. And in sports, the Abuja Division of the Federal High Court has ordered the President of the Nigeria Football Federation, Amaju Pinnick, and 4 other persons to appear before it over the alleged misappropriation of $8,400 belonging to the football body. Thank you so much for your time. My name is Emeka Chibu. Do join us by 11 p.m. for more news updates. Stay tuned for Akukowa, and from me, it's good night.
anyị ga-arụpụtakwuru ndị Naịjirịa ụzọ nke eji nweta ezigbo mmiri ọṅụṅụ ka Buhari gwara otu ọgbakọ ukwu mba ụwa na-akpọta ugbu na New York. Ihe omume nke achụmnta ego adịkwala ka o si adị na mpaghara ụzọ emeregwu ka emejichara oge mkpofu rere enwere ebe ahụ. Maka arụrụ aka ego nde $8.4 gbasatara NFF, enyela Philip nakwa mmadụ 4 ndị ọzọ iwu ka ha wụchaa n'ụlọ ikpe n'abalị 5 nke ọnwa Nọvemba. Ọhaneze ndewo, ndị a bụ isiokwu n'aka taa bụ Tọzdee ahịa Orie. Aha m bụ Chinyere Chigbungwaneze na aka anyị chi ya. President Muhammadu Buhari ekwela nkwa na ọchịchị ya ga-arụpụtakwuru ndị Naịjirịa ezi usoro nke eji nweta ezigbo mmiri ọṅụṅụ. President kwupụtara nke a na ọgbakọ nke ya na onye Prime Minister ochie nke mba Australia bụ Kevin Rudd nwekọrọ na ọgbakọ ukwu nke otu nchịkọtara mba ụwa nke ugboro 74 ya na-aga n'ihu na New York. President Muhammadu Buhari kwuru sị na Naịjirịa gari na mbụ gosipụta ntinye uchu na ihe gbasara igbo nsogbu nke okwu mmiri ọṅụṅụ nakwa ibute gburugburu ọcha. Rudd bụ onye isi oche nke otu mba ụwa na maka okwu mmiri nakwa gburugburu ọcha. President kwuru sị na ogo mmepe Naịjirịa nọ n'ime ya ugbu a na mmiri nakwa gburugburu dị ọcha dị oke mkpa maka obodo a ọnụọgụ ya bara ụba n'ihi na imerime ụmụ ọrịa dị iche iche na-esite na mmiri. Rudd kwuru sị na otu ya na-enyere mba ụwa dị iche iche aka izute nsogbu nke inwe ezi mmiri ọṅụṅụ nakwa ibute gburugburu ọcha. Ụlọ ọgbakọ omeiwu Abia steeti akwadola nhọpụta nke 24 ndị aka na-achị Abia steeti bụ Dr. Okezi Ikpeazụ họpụtara dịka ndị a ga-enye ọkwa kọmishọna. Ikpeazụ zigara aha ndị a họpụtara maka ọkwa kọmishọna n'aka ụlọ ọgbakọ omeiwu steeti a maka ime nyocha nakwa inye nkwado ha dịka ndị kọmishọna ga-eso na-arụ ọrụ n'otu kansụl ukwu nke steeti a. N'oge nnọkọ ha na Wenezdee, onye ndu nke ndị kacha na ọnụọgụgụ bụ Solomon Akpụlọnụ kwadoro atụmatụ iwu eji kwado nhọpụta nke ndị a enyochara dịka ndị kọmishọna, ebe onye ndu nke ndị kachasị nta na ọnụọgụgụ bụ Abraham Ọba kwadoro ya. Ụlọ omeiwu a ji otu obi nakwa otu olu kwado nhọpụta n'oge onye ndu nke ụlọ ọgbakọ omeiwu ahụ bụ Chinedu Mkpọji jụrụ ma ha kwenyere na nke a. Onye isi ụlọ nzukọ a toro ndị kọmishọna ahụ ma keleekwa ndị ogbo ya maka ezi ntụnye uchu na oge nnyocha ahụ. Ka ọ dị ugbu a, ụlọ ọgbakọ agaala obere ezumike ebe ha ga-alọghachite na Mọnde bụ abalị 30 nke ọnwa Septemba 2019. Ụlọ ọrụ soja Naịjirịa ejikọla ịmalite atụmatụ ọzụzụ ya nakwa nhiwe nke atụmatụ ọrụ nchekwa dị iche iche na steeti dị iche iche nwegasị n'ala anyị. Onye na-arụta ọrụ dịka Daịrektọ na-ahụ maka mmerịkọta ụlọ ọrụ soja nakwa ndị ọhaneze bụ Kọnel Sadi Musa kwuru sị na atụmatụ ọrụ ndị a bụ Ayona Utume 2 bụ nke ga-ewere ọnọdụ na Benue, Nasarawa, Kogi, Taraba, Kaduna nakwa na Niger steeti. Atụmatụ ọrụ Operation Python Dance 4 maọbụ egwu eke nke 4 ga-ewere ọnọdụ na Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu nakwa Imo steeti. Atụmatụ ọrụ Oche Agiyi nke 4 maọbụ Crocodile Smile 4 n'asụsụ bekee ga-ewere ọnọdụ na Akwa Ibom, Bayelsa, Cross River, Delta, Edo, Lagos, Ogun nakwa Rivers steeti. Atụmatụ ọrụ nke akpọrọ Positive Identification n'asụsụ bekee ga-enwetacha mpaghara niile nke ala anyị, nke bụkwa atụmatụ ọrụ ga-ebu agha megide ndị oji egbe eri, ndị ntọrọ mmadụ nakwa ndị agha nnupụ isi. Kọnel Musa mekwara ka amata na atụmatụ ọrụ a ga-ebukwa agha megide ndị agha agbụrụ nakwa ndị na-ezo oshi nnama, tinyekwara ụmụ mpụ dị iche iche a na-ahụta na mpaghara ebe dị iche iche nke obodo Naịjirịa. n'ime ọnwa ole ndị gara aga gọọmenti Abia steeti mechiri oge mkpofu ure dị na ụzọ Emeregu nke mpaghara Ogbo Hill. Ka ọnwa ole gasịrị emechiri ya bụ oge mkpofu ure onye nta akụkọ Chimezie Ozent bịarutere na ebe ahụ ma webata ozi a. Oriakụ Juliet Kalu bụ onye na-ere ngwongwo ndị eji na-arụ ụlọ ebe ụlọ ahịa ya chiri iru na oge mkpofu ure ahụ dị na ụzọ Emeregu nke dị na Ogbo Hill. Tupu ugbu a ọ bụrụ ihe siri oke ike nye nwaanyị a ịnọta na ụlọ ahịa ya n'ihi ụdị iche ọjọọ na-esi na oge mkpofu ure ahụ ekupụta. Ọ bụrụ naanị Oriakụ Kalu ka ọnọdụ a metụtara, kama ọtụtụ ndị ọzọ nwekwara ụlọ ahịa na gburugburu ebe ahụ. Mana ọnọdụ ọjọọ ahụ agbanweela si na mmechi nke oge mkpofu ure ahụ bụ nke gọọmenti steeti Abia steeti mechiri n'ime ọnwa ole ndị gara aga bụkwa ọnọdụ mere ka ndị mmadụ bi na mpaghara ebe ahụ kute ume ndụ ugbu a. Tupu oge bụrụ pit ahụ bụra ebe imerime ndị bi obi na-aba na-ekpofu ụdị ure ọbụla ha mepụtara kwa ụbọchị. Ụdị ushi si na oge mkpofu ure ahụ ekupụta mere ka ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ kwapụsịa site na ya bụ ebe. Ụfọdụ ndị bi na mpaghara ebe ahụ ugbu a kelee gọọmenti steeti a maka ịgbatara ha ọsọ enyemaka si na inye iwu ka emechie ya bụ oge ebe mkpofu ure. Onye eze ọdịnala nke ọhaobodo Ehere kwuru na onwe ya bụ eze Yong Nwangwa bụ onye oge mkpofu ure ahụ dị na ọnụmara ya anọ ya ikwuru ndị nta akụkọ MCL okwu n'oge ha gara kpọtụrụ ya maka ịnụta ọnụ mmiri okwu ya gbasara nke a. Onye ndu ndị Igbo ma bụrụkwa onye okenye steeti okwu ya na-ada ụda bụ Nze Macaulay Nwankwo arụtụla aka na ezi mmụta enyi nwatakịrị na-enyere ya aka ịnya ndụ nakwa izute ihe ịma aka ya na-ahụta na ime ụwa taa. Ọ rụtụkwara aka na mkpa ọ dị ịkụnye mmụọ nke nrụsi ọrụ ike na ndụ nke nwatakịrị wee dọkwa ndị nne na nna aka na ntị ma dụọ ha ọdụ na mkpa ọ dị ha ị na-enyocha ihe omume nke okwu mmụta nke ụmụ ha nke ọma. Nze Macaulay Nwankwo nyere okwu ndụmọdụ ndị a ka ọ na-ekwu okwu na otu ihe omume ụlọọrụ MCL akpọrọ Front Runners. Maka ịhụrụ ihe omume a n'ozu oke ya, gee ntị na oge o ji ọkara gafee elekere 8 nke abalị a. Ụlọ ikpe ukwu etiti dị n'Abuja enyela onye isi oche nke otu na-ahụ maka egwuregwu bọọlụ nke obodo Naijiria NFF bụ Amaju Pinnick nakwa mmadụ anọ ndị ọzọ iwu ka ha wụchaa na ihu ụlọikpe ahụ n'ihi ebubo nke ịgbari ego dị nde $8.4 nke bụkwa ego otu NFF nwe. Justice Ijeoma Ojukwu onye nyere iwu a na Tọzdee nyere Pinnick iwu kpọmkwem ya na ndị ọzọ na-azara ọnụ ha na ụzọ 17 agụrụ ha ka ha wụcha na ụlọikpe ahụ n'abalị 5 nke ọnwa Nọvemba. Iwu ọkụ bụ n'ihi na ndị a na-azara ọnụ ha dara iwu manyere ha ịwụchara na ihu ụlọikpe ahụ ụnyaahụ. Ndị ọzọ a na-ekpekọta ha na onye isi oche NFF ikpe bụ odeakwụkwọ nke otu NFF bụ Sanusi Mohammed nakwa osote onye isi oche mbụ nke otu a bụ Sheyi Akinwumi, tinyekwara osote onye isi oche nke abụọ bụ Shehu Diko nakwa Yusuf Fresh jikwa ọkwa ọrụ ukwu na otu NFF. Justice Ijeoma Ojukwu alọrọ na bunye iwu bụ nke kwadoro mkpọchi nke ndị a na-enyo anya. Onye isi ntụziaka nke otu egwu bọọlụ Naijiria bụ Jonathan Paul nwere ike agaghị eji otu onye ọkụ bọọlụ